All right, so let's dig right into it. So what the heck is the cloud? This is actually a really important issue that needs to get resolved because everyone talks about it, everyone uses it in different ways, and it's confusing. That's why there's people here today, because everyone's confused about it. What the heck is it? When am I on the cloud? When am I not on the cloud? How do I use the cloud? What types of clouds? And we need people like O'Reilly and others to sort of solve this once and for all. We have a sort of a pretty simple definition, and we don't think it's just not that complicated. So it's about pooled computing. This is a very simple concept. In our traditional business, we provide you physical, dedicated servers. This is about being part of a pool of computing. So it's multi-tenant, it's shared. You're going to be in an environment where other people exist with you. And there's some concerns that creates for people, but there's a heck of a lot of benefits. We'll talk about all that. It's delivered over the web. So the idea of, the web is sort of the original cloud. It's out there. It is not on your LAN. It is something that comes from a centralized source that is delivered to you over the transmission line we call the internet. And finally, it's powered by software. So one of the great things about cloud technologies is that all the operational work that used to be done by people is done by software, and this has great implications. So these, to me, are the three must-haves for something to be a cloud. There are three types of cloud services, and unfortunately, I hate jargon, but there is some jargon that we have to deal with here, and these are becoming pretty standard concepts in the space. So infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, software as a service. And so let's go through them. If you start with traditional data centers and servers, this is a traditional way of running infrastructure. Whether you're doing it with a hoster like us or you're doing it in-house, you have data centers and servers and you are managing them and running them and putting applications on them manually. So infrastructure as a service, which is the lowest level cloud service, adds a very important element. It adds pooling and provisioning. So suddenly, there's a huge set of servers, and there's software that can say, you get this piece right now, and you pay for it only for what you use it. So there's software that can sort of carve it up, and everyone gets the benefit of that big pool of computing. And this, you still end up getting virtual servers or raw storage, and you still need to do a lot of things with that to make it really work, even to make it scale in some respects. You can scale fast, but it's really looks very much like traditional infrastructure. EC2 is a great example of this. We have an offer called Cloud Servers. You are buying a virtual image by the hour. You can add more as quickly as you need to remove them. So that is infrastructure as a service. I'm going to go all the way to the top. Well, actually, no. So platform as a service. Platform as a service is the one that's the most misunderstood, and it's the most it's emerging. With platform as a service, you add on top of this pooled infrastructure, you add a software environment. So you might add a .NET or a LAMP environment that allows people to just put their code on it, and all the scaling, all the management around that infrastructure is done for you. And I'm going to talk about some examples of platforms as a service. Then there's software as a service, which I think probably everyone in this room knows what software as a service is. Software as a service is the most mature form of cloud technology. And this is where you are buying an email box or a CRM seat, whatever it might be, over the web from a shared service. As you think about these three things, there's a couple trades that you have to make as you look at your IT. As you move up, it gets simple. But as you move up, you also have fewer options and choices. So it's a trade between how custom can you make your environment and how simple can it be. So when you're down here managing, when you're in raw infrastructure, managing your own servers and your own data center, you can do anything you want, absolutely anything you want, but you better have experts to do every single piece of that. So you can customize a lot, but it's not very simple. Software as a service is the exact opposite. You don't have to do much to provision a CRM seat of Salesforce or an email box for MailTrust, our mail service. You go to a portal, you provision it. Very, very simple. But if you don't like the service or some of the pieces of the service, in many cases you're hamstrung. You have to take the service as it is. And so this ends up being a continuum of trades between, what is the right type of service for the IT job that you have. Okay? And these really are the two ways to trade off. Here are, if you look at the world of services, all the right services are services that we offer. The left services are services that are out there, and we all know from some of the big brands. So, the infrastructure as a service, Amazon Web Services is a classic infrastructure as a service offering. We have something called Cloud Files and Cloud Sites, allows you to provision, on-demand servers and software, pay by the hour, et cetera. Platform as a service, this is the logo for Google App Engine. Some of you may have heard of it. It's today a Python environment that allows you to run scalable apps just by loading the code. We have something called Cloud Sites, which is a standards-based offer. It's LAMP and .NET. We're running currently, 120,000 plus production domains on it, and we have customers, getting on Dig, Slashdot, on the Oprah show, whatever it might be, and they're handling sort of spikes and load gracefully, all behind the scenes, something we're doing for them. The last one is software as a service. So Salesforce.com, sort of the pioneer in software as a service and the leader in CRM. We have an offer, MailTrust. We're running over 1 million business seats of email and IMAP service and Exchange. And we have a business that we bought recently called Jungle Disk, which allows you to do file sharing and backup services. So these are sort of applications that are delivered on demand.